Let me ask you something. How many times a day do you think I'm not good enough or I can't do this? What if I told you those thoughts are shaping your life? They might be why you're stuck, unmotivated, or unable to reach your goals. Today, we're diving into What to Say When You Talk to Yourself by Shad Helmstetter, a book that will change your life by transforming the way you talk to yourself. Welcome to the Quick Reads Club. Before we get into it, take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe. When you like or comment on this video, it not only supports the channel, it helps this video reach more people who need these powerful insights. So, if you've ever struggled with negative self-talk or know someone who could use a mental reset, let me know in the comments below. Let's spread these ideas together and help each other become the best versions of ourselves. Chapter 1: The Power of Self-Talk. Did you know that the average person talks to themselves about 50,000 times a day? And most of that is negative. Surprising, right? Helmstetter kicks off by showing how our self-talk directly shapes our lives. The thoughts we have in our heads, whether we realize it or not, are powerful enough to dictate how we feel, what we do, and even how successful we become. From a young age, we're programmed to believe things about ourselves based on what we hear and experience, and this programming affects everything. If your self-talk is mostly negative, you're holding yourself back. But the good news? We can change it. Chapter 2: Why Self-Talk Works. Ever thought about your brain like a computer? Helmstetter does, and he's got a point. In this chapter, Helmstetter compares the brain to a computer that absorbs whatever data we feed it. And self-talk? That's the programming code. Whether you're aware of it or not, your brain acts on the instructions you give it. Say things like, "I can't do this," and your brain starts acting like that's true. But when you consistently feed it positive self-talk, it reprograms itself to act accordingly. It's all about repetition and consistency. Train your brain with the right words, and your actions will follow. Chapter 3: The 5 Levels of Self-Talk. Think there's only one type of self-talk? Think again. There are 5, and the first one might be holding you back right now. Helmstetter outlines 5 levels of self-talk. Level 1: Negative acceptance. This is when you tell yourself, "I can't," or "I'm just not good enough." Level 2: Recognition, but no action. You recognize something needs to change, but don't act on it, saying things like, "I should," or "I need to do better." Level 3: Decision to change. Now, you're taking action. You say, "I will do this," or "I'm going to make this happen." Level 4: Better self-talk. You begin to affirm your new identity, "I am confident," or "I am successful." Level 5: Universal affirmation. At this point, you've reprogrammed your mind so well that success feels inevitable. You say things like, "I am always successful," and truly believe it. This chapter teaches us that by gradually moving through these levels, we can completely change the way we view ourselves and our potential. Chapter 4: Why you do what you do. Why do we keep repeating the same patterns even when we want to change? This chapter explains it. Helmstetter explains that our actions come from our subconscious programming, which is shaped by our self-talk. If you've been telling yourself negative things for years, it's no wonder you're stuck in a cycle of bad habits or self-sabotage. But becoming aware of your negative self-talk is the first step to breaking free. Once you see the pattern, you can begin to change it. Chapter 5: How to Make Change Happen. Want to change your self-talk but don't know where to start? Helmstetter's got the blueprint. In this chapter, Helmstetter gives us actionable steps to replace negative self-talk with positive affirmations. First, you write down your new self-talk. Simple, positive statements that reflect who you want to be. Then, repeat them every day, out loud if you can. Helmstetter also introduces visualization, where you picture yourself succeeding while saying your affirmations. This dual approach helps speed up the reprogramming process. Chapter 6: Your Programming Makes the Difference. Imagine your brain is a sponge. It soaks up everything you tell it, whether it's positive or negative. Helmstetter explains that your brain doesn't care whether the self-talk is positive or negative. It just acts on whatever it hears the most. If you've been absorbing negative messages from society, family, or your own thoughts, It's time to override that with positive self-talk. Helmstetter emphasizes that the key to lasting change is consistent, intentional effort in reprogramming your brain with positive messages. Chapter 7. The Power of Words. What if the words you use are the single most powerful tool you have? Spoiler alert, they are. Helmstetter highlights how words don't just communicate, they create. The words you use to talk to yourself are the building blocks of your reality. Say, "I can't," and you won't. Say, "I can," and you just might. This chapter encourages us to be more mindful of the language we use, because the right words have the power to shift our entire mindset. Chapter 8. Self-Talk and Success. Ever wondered how successful people think differently? It's not just what they do, it's what they tell themselves. Helmstetter makes a direct link between positive self-talk and success. Successful people consistently tell themselves they are capable, confident, and ready to achieve their goals. Even when faced with setbacks, their self-talk keeps them motivated and focused. This chapter emphasizes that cultivating the right mindset through self-talk can turn ordinary actions into extraordinary results. Chapter 9. Getting started with positive self-talk. Okay, now you're ready. Here's how to get started. Helmstetter offers a practical guide for creating your own positive self-talk scripts. He encourages you to identify areas where you want to improve and write affirmations that reflect the person you want to become. The key is to repeat these affirmations daily, allowing them to gradually replace the negative thoughts. It's all about consistency. Chapter 10. Programming yourself for success. Surround yourself with success, and success becomes inevitable. In this chapter, Helmstetter advises readers to immerse themselves in positive influences. Read books that inspire you, spend time with successful people, and listen to motivational talks. The more you expose yourself to success-oriented thinking, the faster you'll reprogram your brain for success. It's about creating an environment that supports your new self-talk. Chapter 11. The Self-Talk Solution. Want to know the ultimate solution to most of life's problems? It's in your head. Helmstetter wraps up by reinforcing the idea that positive self-talk is a lifelong practice. He shares stories of people who overcame huge obstacles just by changing the way they talk to themselves. The takeaway? If you change your self-talk, you change your life. But it's not a one-time fix. It's a daily commitment. And there you have it. What to say when you talk to yourself teaches us that the words we use inside our own heads shape our entire reality. The good news is, you can control it. So, what are you going to start telling yourself today? If this summary made you rethink the way you talk to yourself, drop a comment below and let me know what your biggest takeaway was. And don't forget to subscribe for more eye-opening book summaries.